This is just one guy, and this is the developer's log for a game I'm making called DragonForged. Now, this is episode 5, I believe, and I haven't done much in the way of the project because I've been kind of busy, but I have done some new things, and one thing I think is pretty cool. Let's just hit play. It's taking a while there. Let's see how many frames per second we got here. It's not good. Well, pretty good. Okay. Now the first thing I did was, sorry. Yeah, that's the aiming. I'll show that in a minute because it's a very specific reason why I put the aiming in. But one of the first things I did to make it more professional, I couldn't remember what button was to climb for a minute. It's something I realized with climbing. When you were climbing, I noticed most games had a thing so you couldn't go off the edge. So it has that little stopper there that will stop you from going off the edge, at least the first time. After you hit it, you can just run straight off the edge. And that's just to help a bit more with the climbing, so you can basically run free and feel like you're a badass and do whatever you want without actual consequences of just running off the edge like you should. Another thing you'll notice is that little gap right there. And this is for small gapways and walks. It has a special code that locks you onto the gap so you can't fall off. Right there. And he even does a little special animation. Now that animation is going to be changed, but that was the only animation I could find at this point in time. But the reason something I thought was pretty cool that I did want to show off in this update was, not only did I get the aiming done, you might notice that little brown thing. Now that's supposed to be a rope. It actually has a rope texture, but the way it was kind of weird. But it's this class called Strider in here. And what he has is this rope that allows him to climb anywhere. And you can see that the rope will let him climb up the wall anywhere. Now it's a bit rough right now. Later on I'll change it. Fix the animation a little bit. Well, the animation is actually pretty good. It's the rope that's not in place, because you can actually see he's climbing the wall. Yeah, and the camera angle, I'm gonna fix it to make it a little more cinematic, so to zoom out and it'll do a little camera shake when he climbs, just to make it look a little more intense. But he can pretty much do this anywhere. And the surprising thing I was looking at was, I was trying to see what was the limit of what he could do it. I mean, where he can do it. And even in complicated areas like this, he can still do it. Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's another little animation I had to fix. When he it actually detects whether you're on the ground when you do that. Here's a good place to test it. I'm gonna show it. It actually detects when you're on the ground if he does that. So what he'll do is, if he's not on the ground, he'll play a little swinging animation. And that was the only swinging animation I could find right now. So that's what he was doing right there. It wasn't a glitch. It's on purpose. It's just the animation needs to be a little better, because most animations that I found, they didn't have a looping animation. And I didn't want to use just a standard swing animation, because it would make the system more linear than I intended it to be. And later on, I'll make that go a little faster, but what I'll also make it do is a little arch, so it'll go, I don't know if you can see my mouse, and it'll go around like that instead of straight to it like that. But I thought it was a pretty cool system, because he could pretty much do this anywhere, and this is how I intended the Strider class to be. Because the Strider is going to be really maneuverable, and what I intended for it to be was, he could climb anywhere and then hook the rope onto places like here, and then what he'll do is he'll use his bow to assassinate you from awkward places where you couldn't really get to, that only he can get to. And that was a little bit more about the game, but that was one of the abilities I had to put in because of the climbing system. Another thing I'm going to do later on, the cool thing about it, I like it. Yeah, really got to fix that camera angle. The cool thing I like about it is he runs. If he's on the ground, he'll actually run up before he actually climbs, which was more realistic. Because at first I thought about having it like an Assassin's Creed type thing, where you just shoot the hook and it pulls you to it. But I found that kind of unrealistic, especially for the medieval age. You see, he'll actually run up and then he'll climb. Well, in that particular instance, he swung. Now that is a glitch. He's supposed to swing when he's not in the air, but he's not supposed to swing when there's ground. But essentially, he'll run up to the wall and then he'll climb up, rather than just climbing up. See, that's the way it's intended to work. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching.